feet are killing me. Red roll, that is. Where did Dan go off to then? He said he had the munchies. Oh, little lamb. He went for a biryani. Oh, what did he say it was? Bethan, he said. I'm off for a Ruby Murray. So sweet. A Ruby Murray. Give us a Ruby Murray then, mister. Oh, come on, let's go find him. And have a nibble on his samosas. Oh.
No, 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 there's no limits. No, 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 there's no limits. No, no limits, we'll reach for the sky.
No valley too deep, no mountain too high.
No, no limits, won't give up the fight.
We do what we want, and we do it with pride.
Don't give up the day job, boys!
There's no limits. There's no limits.
Techno, 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 techno!
Ah, the slappers, Pete.
Yeah, slappers with a capital slap. Pissed up women isn't a new phenomenon though, is it? Said that, I'd settle for a slapper head or two.
Actually, the slap eye.
What?
Two identical slappers, slap eye.
Well, whatever. Slap her, slap I, slap him is exactly what I need at this point of time.
Come on. Let's grab a curry and get a cab home. Let's face it, the 90s were a bit embarrassing for those of us of a certain age. The youth movement had moved on and embraced dance culture, popping recreational pharmaceuticals and drinking bottled water in clubs full of draped fabric with DJs that didn't speak. They dressed in tight-fitting t-shirts and 70s Puma trainers like they used to wear at school. And they'd dance all night before retiring to a house party where they'd get to come down on weed and start a recovery that took 2 days. I mean, we'd get it eventually, but there was a period of time when we were a bit out of sorts, suffering a touch of cultural inertia, if you like. Our idea of a night out was to drink pints of session lager from 7, go to a club where they played the old favourites, and try to line up some willing member of the opposite sex in time for the slow songs at the end of the night. We wore clothes that hid our beer bellies and piled on the aftershave to mask the sweat that would invariably start to build up whilst jumping up and down to Dexy's midnight runners on a packed dance floor, getting leery with anyone who spilt our pint. And that was a typical night out for us in the early 90s. Pete would take time out from his dull IT job in Milton Keynes and come down to see me for the weekend by the sea, in the vain attempt to cop off with one of the town's students. We were good friends. They were good times. And what with the student loans and poll tax riots a thing of the past, the whole thing seemed empowering. The sea, the students, the sex, and the odd anti-Thatcher slagging match to get all celebratory about. A perfect weekend. Oh, not forgetting the obligatory curry. And the hotter the better.
Pint of Kingfisher and a chicken madras, thanks.
Pint of Kingfisher and a vegetable boona, please.
And a plain naan, thanks.
It's going to be a long night.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Aren't they those two slappers we saw outside before we came in?
Yeah, looks like it.
Well, looks like someone's going to shag him tonight. How the hell did he manage to pull those two? Have you seen him? He looks a right tosser.
Got a problem, mate?
Thank God, I'm fucking starving.
Oi, miss. We're ready to order now.
How long are you going to keep this vegetarian thing up for?
How long are you going to think it's acceptable to eat dead animal?
It's a fucking chicken. Not something I have a great amount of sympathy nor empathy for. And whilst we're on the subject, how's that leather jacket of yours treating you these days?
You're a funny bastard sometimes.
You got a knife and fork there, Pete, if you want to give it a go.
No, I don't need it for Indian food. When I was in India, no one ate with a knife and fork. It's much more natural to eat with your hands. You get much more of a feel for the food. It's a much more authentic and enjoyable experience. The cutlery is essentially just a barrier. In North India, when eating a curry, the sauce mustn't be allowed to stain the fingers. Only the fingertips are used. But in South India, it's acceptable to use the hand up to the second segment of the fingers and the first segment of the thumb to pick up the food. The forefingers are used to pick up or spoon the food, and the thumb is the digit used to push the food into the mouth. It's considered rude if all 5 fingers are used to pick up the food. It's all about etiquette. Manners maketh man, you know? Can you smell dope?
Yeah. And the guy on that table smoking a joint. What are you thinking?
I need to score some dope this weekend. You try spending a week in Milton Keynes without the aid of mind-altering drugs. Trust me, it's not a prospect I'm prepared to entertain.
Sit.
Shit.
Do you mind if I have a talk on that?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Cheers.
You've got some serious nicotine stains on your fingers, man.
What, that? No. Been eating with my fingers.
For real?
Oh yeah. It's the dumb thing in India. It's rude, in fact, any other way. It's all about etiquette. And you get much more of a feel for the food.
Oh. Cool bananas.
Oh. That is good shit. I haven't had something as strong as that since Mangalore. Sat there on the beach, looking out over the Indian Ocean. I tell you, man, life just melts. Melts. Like a crisp poppadom on a hot tongue.
We're gonna have this, right?
No worries, man.
Listen, man, I'm just down here for the weekend. Do you know where I can score some gear?
No fish
Where's fish? Of course there's fish. I ordered prawn vindaloo, man.
That's seafood, you twat.
Seafood. Fucking, it's about time we saw some fucking food around here. Garçon! I'll show you some seafood, lads.
No? I'll go on myself.
Nice one.
Get that one there with the eyes. Come on, what? There we go.
Eh?
Look, I have your food here.
Ah, it's not fish though, is it? Eh? Eh?
No, don't.
Eh?
I'm warning you.
Eh?
I'm warning you. Don't do it. How dare you? Don't. I'm warning you. Don't do it. Don't. Hold up. Right! You're out of here. You bastard. Hey! Where are you going? Come back! You haven't paid! Where's my money? It all tastes like fucking chicken anyway!
Fucking idiots. Come on, it's time to go.
That was disgraceful behaviour, by the way. You guys should not have to put up with that kind of behaviour. When I was in India...
Not now, mate. Let's go.
As I say, the early 90s were a cringeable time, especially when you were in the period of your life between youth and adulthood. Sure, there were more comfortable times to come, with Britpop property booms, disposable income and the digital revolution. They were limited in 1993. We just didn't know what they were yet. I can't say I miss the Indian Ocean much. Not as much as Pete anyhow. Two different worlds. But I miss living by the sea. And I miss Pete.